Hello everyone, I'm Daniel Patridge from Sebula Tech and OldRC.com, and today's another new body day again. And this time, if you saw the thumbnail, you probably had a little hint at what we might be revealing today, and that is pointer bodies. That's right, they're all pointer bodies here, except for this one over here. We have the 1990 pointer, the 1995 pointer, and the 1997 pointer there. And then we have down here a 12-scale 962 that we just finally ran, but that has some more interesting things we got to get into on that one. First of all, the 1990 here is kind of similar to a lot of our other ones. It's got the molded in little circles for the hood pins, and on the back here as well for those. Molded in net and a spoiler, fuel filler. Then the 95 over here's got the hood pins and the spoiler and everything like that on it. But then it also has little side dams in the top here, and on the back window has the molded in roof flaps as well. This one doesn't have the roof flaps at all on it. It doesn't have a net in the side, which is interesting for this one. No net, so you can pick your own design to put on there, which I kind of like, to be honest. You know, it gives you more freedom to do what you want to do with it. And that'll probably come in handy with some stuff we're working on in the future as well. Then it also has the fuel filler in the back. This is the same thing with the hood pins in the back and the front, the spoiler. It's also got the little side dams on it on the top and in the back. It's got the flaps in the back as well there. This also doesn't have the net in the side, but it does have molded into it some extra features in that rear window, which I think they were trying to simulate some duct inlets there, some NACA ducts maybe on there. It also has the fuel filler in the back. This one also takes a little bit more roundedness to the sculpting of the body. I'm not sure how, in real life, how that compares to the real thing in the knees. These are more squared off, but on the front, it's more rounded off through the hood line here, and it's also rounded off more right in here in the trunk area. And that's pretty much takes care of that for those. Over here, this is a little interesting kind of project side note on this. This is one of the 12 scales that we mentioned a while back we hadn't done yet. We had some cars we hadn't done yet because they needed some kind of looking into. Oh, and I should also mention, we did have one winner back last month. Got an entry in before then in November. I actually got his in right away, who won this actual body because he guessed it. He wanted one. And the way he did it, in case you were thinking it was impossible to figure out, he was a true fan from way back when we first announced that we had acquired the molds, and he had the PDF that we had linked to on Facebook and on RC10 Talk in our business section, a little PDF that was a complete list of all the molds we acquired and were going to run. And he just went through that real quick and searched on our store and the part numbers, and he found it, he said, real quick, and found some other ones too, but this is the one he wanted. And so we ran this one since we had it pretty much ready to go. But this one has a little asterisk next to it as far as how it is. Now, it had an issue in it when we got it, and there's a slight crack in a circular pattern through the side here, and we'll show a close-up picture of it. And that is from under vacuum pressure. It wasn't made thick enough in the side here, and it's collapsing in under vacuum pressure at some point, and it formed a crack. And it's only on the outside. It doesn't go all the way through. So what we've done is we've kind of come inside on the mold and add little buttresses inside to kind of prevent that from collapsing in more. Now, that takes care of more damage or the crack going all the way through, but it doesn't eliminate the line that does appear in the mold right now, or the bodies when you form them. So these are gonna have that. Eventually, 6 months or more from now, when we really feel like it's worth our time, we will come in and do kind of like welders might do on something. You might bevel the edge of something so you have room for your welding material to come in and fill in before you sand and grind it down and everything. We've got to basically do the exact same thing on this to have a good seam in there from the new, and we also have to try and get the correct sort of close material to match this. And this is a little different material than what was used on the other ones. This is I think a later creation, and it has, I'm pretty positive, less aluminum powder in it. It's a lot less metallic looking than our other tooling and everything from BoLink. We have a few of them that are that way. Then, you know, we can come in and kind of remove some material in there and fill it in, and then sand it and smooth and try and match everything up. And hopefully it'll look good. Hopefully the expansion rate under heat will tolerate each other. They won't be too different, and they won't just reform a crack somewhere, and now we have 2 cracks. That is a possibility. We have that issue with one of the old BoLink molds where they tried to make it wider, and you can clearly see where they tried to kind of blend the 2 together. So I don't know if it's going to be worth it. We'll see. At least we've run it 1 time, so if you want one before maybe chaos breaks loose when we try and run it, that's the thing. Now, the reason why we're not going to rush to do this right away is because there are more 962 bodies from BoLink that they made, and there's 2 other molds, a 10 scale and a 12 scale, and they're the GTP version. This is the short version. What do they? Yeah, they just called it the short. 962 short. I don't know. I'm not a pro on all these. I don't know exactly how that makes it different, than exactly different than the GTP. Other than if you look at the pictures of the GTP, it has molded inside dams and a kind of a kicked up spoiler area in the back. After recording this video, I did some further research, and it looks like, according to an old magazine article about the release of this body, it was a short version that BoLink came up with after some races, and it uses a different style wing that's attached further back on the chassis and not the actual body, I think. I think it would go onto the rear pod of the 12 scale pan car. And I'm not sure what wing that would have been, if you were supposed to make it from scrap or if you were supposed to, get a molded wing from somebody on that one. I'm not really sure. I think at this point, I don't think anyone in the world makes more stock car bodies than we do. I don't know if I talked about that in another video, but someone mentioned it to me, and I'm pretty positive at this point for RC car bodies, we make the most variety of stock car bodies of anyone in the world at this point, thanks to all the different tooling that we have. To be honest, I'm not super excited about having that record, but yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, that takes care of that. I guess I should get on with it and end this. If you want any of these bodies, they're available on oldrc.com and eBay, of course. Pay less on oldrc.com. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.